Hello, and welcome to this episode of Hammering Down. I am your host, Taylor Hodges, and I'm hoping you're having a great day. I want to go ahead and start this off with saying thank you to everybody who bought the Magic City kit. I got the numbers back on that, and I was pretty happy to see how many people ended up buying, so I really appreciate you all. And I also want to go ahead and thank Ben, Clay, Dylan, Matt, Paul, Ray, Sandy, Scott, Simon, Steven, Trent, Trey, Tyler, Zach. Thank you all for being patrons and helping me do what I do. Yeah, so I don't know if the audio sounds different. We put down more rugs in here, so maybe it sounds better. I don't know. Uh, yeah, I also want to apologize for the last episode. I listened to it back and I thought it sounded like crap. So if you listen to the whole thing, I'm sorry. Yeah, I want to go ahead and jump into this Orange County matchup that's coming up this Saturday, which will be at 9 p.m. our time. So a little footy after dark. This should be very fun. I don't know if I will be doing a live show this week. My fiance is in town. We are setting up our apartment, and I don't know if we're going to do that, mainly because we're going to be driving back and forth and whatever. You don't care, but we'll see. But here's the thing. Orange County is a really interesting team. Just 2 years ago, they went out and they won the USL championship. They had some really good players. Kobe Henry is a U.S. men's national team talent who is now at Marseille, I do believe. And they sold him on. He's the academy guy. And they also had this guy named Damas who they ended up selling over to Sweden, who's now come back and plays for um, San Diego. So that was a team that had one of the best goal scorers and one of the best defenders. And then the next year they were gone and they finished as the Western Conference, wooden spoon winners. Wooden spoon meaning the worst team in the West, right? And they went through this random stretch and they looked bad. And the thing is that they always looked they were one step away. They always looked like they were right there. And right now, they look competitive. If you look at their matches, they finally get that monkey off the back and they get a win over Indy 11. We'll talk about Indy 11 a little bit in that match, but they lose 1-0 to El Paso. They do beat Capo, but in the the Open Cup, but they draw to Hartford, they draw to Las Vegas, they draw to Tampa, and they lose to Louisville City, and they finally get the monkey off the back and they do it at home. But they also look like a competitive team this year. They have some interesting stuff going on that I I am a lot higher on Orange County than I thought I would be. And the buck stops at the guy that's up top, Milan Alosky. Not his brother, Brian Alosky, who is also on the team, but Milan Alosky. I mean, last year he was the Golden Boot winner, and this year he looks to be just on to the same pace, and it's disgusting. Like, he's really good. 3 goals through 6 matches. I mean, Milan Alosky, he's a 23-year-old, and he's made his way through, and he's just a good goal. He's just a good player. He is just a really, really good player. Don't get me wrong, 2 of those goals did come against a Capo in the Open Cup, but he did get a penalty against Indy 11. And he is just a guy who is solid. And when he's not scoring goals, which he's pretty good at scoring goals. I mean, I'm pretty sure his entire career, he's worth a goal every 2 games, which is a ridiculous number. Uh, he's a guy that will float from the left wing over to the center forward, out sometimes over to the right, but he's mostly a left winger / center forward. And you look at everything that he does, he's such a good player. He was good for basically 2 goals. He would have 2 goals every 3 games. That was kind of his thing last year. He was pretty good at setting up the ball too. That's one thing that I was pretty impressed with. Things up. His passes in the final third were really good. His ability to pass into dangerous areas was really good. Heck, even in this last game against Indy 11, he had a really good ball. He had a really good ball that went from a about a seven. If with Milanowski, you would say 70% that time, 70% of the time he shoots that ball, it sends to the back of the net, and he lays it off to the most wide open net of all time from from closer than the penalty spot. No one in front of net, no one in front of him defending, and the guy passes to skies it. I mean, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and look at it now because I actually don't know what the answer is. I have a feeling that the numbers for Orange County may be skewed a little bit because of that one chance that he had. I mean, I think that was, oh gosh, it was Shota. He had a chance, and it was just a horrible skying of the ball. Um, that's a whole lot of ranting to say Milanowski is good. He is a good player. And I don't want to make it sound like that's all that they have. They have some other players that I really, really like. They have Daniel Pedersen, who is a central midfielder who typically kind of goes to that right side. But I mean, he's just a solid, solid player. He he's really good at just kind of controlling the pace of play. He gets shots off. He's really good about creating chances. And defensively, he's a lot better than I think a lot of people want to give him credit for. He's just a real pest in the final, like in that central part of the field. He wins aerial duels. He'll go through, he'll win the ball. He intercepts the ball. He is just a solid, solid player. And you also want to look at, uh, I think his name's Cody Cropper, who is their keeper they have this year. And he confuses me just a little bit. He is a guy that against Indy, they put him under a lot of pressure. And that first 15 minutes, he looked bad. And that sounds mean. That sounds just I don't know how else to say, just like mean-hearted, I guess. He just did not look very good. His his ability to pass the ball was less than ideal. His short passes, which he does whenever he's not being pressed heavily, are usually pretty decent. But whenever he has time on the ball, like for example, El Paso did not press him very heavily. Capo or Capo, whatever they are in the Open Cup, did not press him very heavily. Las Vegas did not press him very heavily. He had a lot of time to pick out some short passes, and he was pretty good with those. But the moment that things started getting long, and he had to really get into these uh, had to be quick and decisive and put a ball on a platter, he really struggled with it. And so if I'm Legion, I'm seeing this and I'm saying, press the crap out of him. You got to press the crap out of him. And for the beginning part of the game against Indy, that's what they did. And I really thought that Indy was a bit unlucky to not come away with points at the very beginning because, I mean, they looked really good. But you also have to sit there and say that they weathered the storm and ended up being fine. For me, I think that for Legion to come out and they have to press, they have to press, they have to press, they have to press, because especially after this last game where they just didn't do it. They just did not press Loudon, they just kind of let them do whatever. You have to put pressure on their goalkeeper because when you allow him to have time, he can gather his thoughts and figure it out. And maybe that's, short sample size, maybe. But, against against someone like Las Vegas, Orange County was also very good at pressing, but Las Vegas didn't do it back. And yes, against Las Vegas, they conceded 2 goals, but they just don't seem to handle that kind of he doesn't seem to handle that kind of pressure effectively. So if you're a Legion, you have to do the exact opposite that you did against Loudon. And I said I'd come back to the Indy game. Indy, you look at the match and you look at some stats and say, well, they dominated possession. If you even look at the game, you say, well, they were just around the final third the entire time. Like they were all around the box, but they really did nothing with the ball. They were going side to side, lateral, 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 lateral. And they just did not go forward with the ball. They did not want to attack forward. They were afraid to go through those channels. And if for a lot of you listening, you're like, isn't that what Legion do? Yes, yes, it is. Legion do that a lot. They love to just kind of go laterally and kind of figure it out, see what's happening. But here's the thing, there's stuff on paper that gives merit to this. One thing that Orange County has been really bad about this year is those lateral crosses. When I say lateral, I mean side to side. And one thing that I noticed is that every single goal that they've conceded this season, aside from 2, just 2, they have all come from these crosses from wide areas. Like, you know, uh, it's kind of insane when you think about that if you go all the way back to Louisville City, they got scored on 3 times. Tampa Bay scored on them once. Las Vegas scored on them twice. Hartford scored on them once. El Paso scored on them once. And only 2 of those did not come from a cross from a wide area. What does that mean? It means that for some reason, their back line just doesn't seem to connect and figure it out, I guess. And those 2 goals, by the way, Mushagalusa from Louisville City had a nice goal where he was basically on the near post and managed to put it around the keeper. The keeper should have done a lot better with it, but it was still one of those wide area shots. And the other one was against El Paso, where the ball was crossed in, it was headed out, and Yuma puts in a pretty decent cross in, but by a cross, he floats the ball back into the box vertically, so from straight in front of goal to someone else in front of goal, if that makes sense. If you're looking at the goal head on, he passed the ball from there and he crossed it back vertically into the box, and it was just a very nice finish. Everything else you would see a cross. So if they're on the outside of the box, they cross the ball in and someone, gets ahead to it. Or the ball is crossed onto the ground across the box and someone gets on the end of it. They just don't seem to cover that ground effectively. And if I'm Legion, this is something I've been screaming about for a while now is that you need to cross the ball, you need to cross the ball, you need to cross the ball. If the team has seen what I've seen on paper, I have a feeling that they're going to come out and do a lot of that. A lot of that, especially if we continue to push our wingbacks up with Colin Smith and Gabriel Alves or Moses Mensah. Which, by the way, I fully believe that this is the match to play Moses Mensah. I think that this is a match that was made for him. I think letting him put those crosses in, let him be a little bit more of a level head, I suppose. I think I say level head. He's one thing I like about him defensively is that he doesn't really seem to go in for these crazy tackles to win the ball back. His way of trying to win the ball back is through interceptions. And given how Orange County kind of plays, I feel like that lends itself well to Moses Mensah, and his ability to cross the ball is incredible. I think that this is a match made for Moses Mensah, and I think that if they go out and they let the wingbacks push up, they let them go out and attack, they let them put those crosses in and they be dangerous and play more laterally, something that we hate as Legion fans, I think that it could work out well for Legion. That said, you cannot get too one dimensional. That's where Indy 11 messed up. That's where they were losing this match. And it's the fact that they never got away from that idea. They just kept playing the ball from side to side and trying to exploit stuff from the wide areas after Orange County said, we're not falling for that. If they would have just gone through the middle of the park and just played those channels, and yes, Orange County really sat back deep and cluttered the middle of the park, and it made it hard for uh, Indy to break down. I also think that making it a little bit more 50-50 of we're going to cross and now we're going to go to the middle. We're going to go to the middle and now we're going to cross. And you have to make each team respect both. I mean, that seems like it'd be perfect for, I mean, can you imagine it now? 70 minutes in and the ball's into the wide area. It's over onto the right hand side. Prosper Kasim gets the ball. Looks like he's going to play it out wide to Colin Smith to cross the ball in. And instead, Prosper just kind of turns and shoots and takes that diagonal shot that he seems to have patented at this point. That's kind of what you're looking at here. When teams respect both things of playing the ball centrally and playing the ball wide, those shooting lanes end up coming open because because they're having to respect both kinds of passes. You can't respect both passes and cover the shot. You just can't. It's impossible unless you drop every player back. And you can kind of do that with Milanowski, but I don't know if that's worth it for Orange County, especially coming off their first win. If they come back and they just start sitting behind the ball, I don't know if that's something you want to do in front of your home fans. So just be balanced. I think that you could see a more balanced play between the wides and the central areas for this Legion team. As for Orange County, I don't really know what to expect from them in this match because the matches where they try to press, the matches where they try to create havoc and force mistakes, they end up not looking very good in. Matches where they kind of sit back and wait for the other team to make mistakes, a la Loudon versus Legion, um, they've played very well. I think this is a match where Legion has to come in and say, not that we can't make mistakes, but if we're going to make a mistake, make them forced. Make the other team force us to make mistakes. And if Orange County starts to press and try to make mistakes happen, then that's when the team can strike and they can play the ball through to whomever. And I think that this is one of those things where Legion just cannot shoot themselves in the foot. Go for those short passes. Be simple. Stay engaged. Frankly, just have a little heart in the game. Because maybe Legion would have lost to Loudon no matter what, but it wouldn't have been 3-0 if they came out with it. Seemed to have a little bit more care about it and didn't seem so discouraged and so disheartened. And in this match, you just can't do it. If you stay with that fire, if you stay and have that intensity and have purpose behind every pass that you take, then unless Orange County try to press you and force the issue, you're going to be fine. I think that that's going to be the way to beat this Orange County team is be intentional, be intense, and don't let yourself beat yourself because that's what happened against Loudon. And frankly, I don't know how Legion fans could handle 2 matches in a row of that. But look, this might be a shorter episode than normal. Um, I had a whole lot of stuff going on outside. People next door slamming doors, and then like people like mowing grass, and then just a bunch of crazy stuff. So there might have been some stuff I cut out of this because it didn't sound good. I don't know. But yeah, I appreciate you all. I cannot wait to watch this match late at night and then watch the rest later. But yeah, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for listening. Till next time, guys. Keep hammering on. Hello, people, and we are here finally, 9 p.m., and we have a starting lineup. We are once again wearing the red shirts because the other team, Orange County, is wearing black. Yes, Skylar.
Because red shirts are bed shirts, you motherfucker.
All right, go over there. You're done. Okay.
Don't you dare.
All right. So we have Spangenberg, Kavita, Smith, Asiadu, Dibbenwigbo, Juan Agadella, Prosper, Gabriel, Matthew, Enzo back in the lineup, and Alex Cronale. On the bench, we have Seth Torman and Matt Van Okel. So Matt Van Okel is healthy enough to be on the bench, but that also means we have 2 goalkeepers on the bench, meaning we don't have enough healthy people to fill out a full bench. It's not great. We instead of an 18, we have a 16, which is usually not what you want. I would consider that not ideal when the other team has 2 other people at their disposal. Usually not great. Catherine, is 18 better than 16? Yeah, great. Soccer analysis 101, 18 better than 16. That's what we're looking at. We just don't have many players healthy right now. So, I mean, no Jake Ruth, and that's going to be, I think, a big one, to be honest. No Nico Brett to come in off the bench, so we're probably going to be seeing Dibbenwigbo playing the full 90 minutes. Maybe Grayson DuPont comes in off of the bench to take Dibba's spot, but I'd be shocked. As for the other team, they have Milan Olowski playing the left wing, and we have which is the Golden Boot winner from last year, and they also have Villanueva, who is playing the left or the right mid, who he's been playing like the backs. He's been playing shadow striker. He's a really good player, and I said that if Orange County was going to score, it's obviously going to be either Milan Olowski or I thought it was going to be Villanueva, because I just really like the way he plays off the ball, frankly. And I am going to go ahead and get this off of the screen, and we are back. As I have a lot of Twitter notifications. Who's messaging me? It's fine. And we are underway here in Orange County as Juan Aguilera gets the ball out wide, goes back out to Prosper Kasim, and it's quickly mishandled by Matthew Corcoran. They're quickly starting to counterattack, but Alex Cronale back at his old club. Before coming to Legion, Alex Cronale was at Orange County and then in the 11. So he is going back to Orange County, and his time at Orange County was actually really interesting. He was on a day-to-day loan, essentially. So one day he would play for Orange County, and then the next day he would be flown out to Ohio to play for the Columbus Crew. Like, he would have to go across the country every single day and just play back and forth, which doesn't sound like fun if you ask me. I would like to not make cross-continental flights every single day. But I guess if I got paid to do it, I could live with that. But it doesn't sound like fun. So it doesn't sound like fun to you either. Fair. So the vibes are a little bit interesting here as Villanueva looks like he's lining up to put in this cross. Maybe. Actually, he's going to be there for the short corner. The people that are here all just got done with a bar cross. The cross goes in as a wide open header, but Fanuel Kavita, our captain, gets on the end of it. Looks to play a touch up the line as Enzo Martinez looks to get it on the end of it, but it's quickly dispossessed. The ball goes over to Scott, which goes back out to the back line as Gabriel Alves is pushing up really high, pressing the crap out of him. Something we did not see the last game. Enzo Martinez puts in a nice little challenge, but it gets dispossessed. Ball goes out from Matthew Caron out on the left side, played out once again by Colin Smith. This is we're already seeing this more pressure than we saw this last game. This last game, we just did not see any really trying and heart with the playing. And we're already seeing a lot more press. We're already seeing a lot more pressure. And it's the stuff that you like to see.
The thing that worries me is that if they go these first 15 minutes without any kind of goal or any kind of real movement into getting something done, I'm really afraid that it's going to be a long night because their legs are going to be gone, they're going to be exhausted, and they're not going to have anything to go off of into the later part of the game. AKA, when you run a lot, you get tired. That's analysis. That's analytics. Yeah, Big Brian. There we go. If you're wondering, for me, it's my right. For you, it's your left. Is my fiance. She's right here. So I'm just going to be, because everybody else went on our bar crawl before this, so they're all dead. So there's probably not going to be a whole lot of people to play off of because they're all dead. So I'm probably just going to be talking to you half the time. Oh, no, Trent and all them are still not back. Man. As I once again recommend the berry cordial. The berry cordial is so good. Oh my God. That camera's awful. Holy. That's bright. That's a really bright camera. As Legion are looking to have a little bit of possession, already just looking a lot more lively on the ball. And I also think that this may be Loudon being a better team than Orange County, but this team just looks a lot more into it already, which is great to see because, as everyone knows, that's a wonderful ball by Sadu as Enzo Martinez drives into the box, goes out wide to Prosper Kasim. Prosper Kasim, luckily looking to play that ball in. Colin Smith just not quite on the same page as Prosper Kasim. A lot of times, if Prosper does not take that cut inside to go at goal, he's going to be looking for that underlap or that overlap with the fullback. The fullback looking to get into that area. That's very much Legion play, where they are looking for that overlap to get into the box for that cross if that cannot be created by whoever that winger is. So for Prosper, because he likes that left foot so much, if he does not immediately cut the ball in to take a shot or to find a quick pass, he is looking for that overlap. And I don't know how much teams are really going to be able to scout that from time to time, but as fans, that's something that you can pick up on very quickly and realize, I know what's coming next. It's a really fun thing to be able to pick up on. Soccer. As there's a whole lot more people showing up now, as I'm going to flip this around. More people showing up as they are all in their Ghost Train kits. And if you bought the Hammering Down kit, I want to thank you. I appreciate you. The Magic City kit sold pretty well. Very happy about it. And I'm really happy with the result. I think in about like 4 weeks, I'll get that kit back, and I can't wait to see people wearing it. I said there's a really good through ball, but Prosper Kasim cannot quite get on the end of it. I don't remember if this is Cropper playing or not. I'll wave hi to you. Okay. Top tier stuff. And I am responding to tweets because, as it's professional, I could lie and say, hey, I'm responding to emails, but I'm not. As Enzo or Anderson and Sidu has another wary pass, and this is something that we've seen 2 games in a row. It's very early on, but 2 games in a row now that he's been looking a little wary with passing. And as there's a very dangerous ball at the top of the box, as Anderson goes for an insane tackle. What was that? As he goes in on Thomas Among, who was a star out at San Diego Loyal. Very good player. What was Anderson doing, baby? What was that? He's lucky he did not go down because that would have been an instant penalty. Like, instant. That was insane. Why did he do that? You know, I think he's taller than you. That's crazy. He might be just a little bit taller than you. He's 5'6". Maybe. He might. Yeah, so with cleats on, he's 2 inches taller than you. Which the number 21 on our team, Alex Carnale, is like 6'5". Very tall guy. As Prosper Cassim crests that ball inside to Juan Agudelo, who's quickly dispossessed, but Prosper gets the ball back over to Matthew Corcoran. As we are staring into the sun once again as that ball goes wide to Colin Smith. Colin Smith looking for a cross, doesn't quite get it, goes back into Prosper Cassim. Prosper Cassim onto his left foot over to Matthew Corcoran, who plays it over as a really pretty football happening. Enzo Martinez with the ball at his feet, looking for a cross, tries to get around a player, goes around another one. Great cross in! Nothing of it, but it is out for a Legion corner kick. Enzo Martinez making magic happen, but their passing before this play was incredible. It was really good. I really liked what I saw there as Dippin Wigbo could not quite get on the end of it. As we are about to get a corner kick, I hope that it's not a short corner, which is nice. This is when Prosper Cassim putting one into the back post. Oh, really good ball into Alex Carnale, who wants to get a goal against his former club, which would be nice for us. As Anderson Asidu, I am messing up Enzo and Ando like crazy today. Not great. Professional, I am. This sun's ridiculous. That's the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me on this show. Most people just say penis into the microphone. I won't lie to you.
It's also as bright as Legion's future.
You're more hopeful than most fans. I'm gonna be honest with you. We need more people like you around. Maybe you should have the podcast and not me. I don't either. That's the great part.
That's the most incorrect thing I've ever said.
This is so bright. Why is the sun? Why do they put the camera right there?
They're having an artsy moment.
Oh, okay.
Cameraman is really living their best life.
They feel really creative right now as Matthew Corcoran puts another float into the back post straight to Cropper's hand. I think it's Cropper anyway. Yep, it's Cropper. Hardly know her. You've done this to me.
You did it to yourself.
No. You did not join the bar crawl either, did you?
No, I'm going to 888. So did that.
Nice.
Yeah.
We were having to fight A-Day. We went to a plant shop in Tuscaloosa, and there was so many people in the parking. Like, there was like Boy Scouts like in the parking lot, and we're just trying to buy things. We're not going to A-Day. And we were, yeah, like he didn't do that, but yeah, I mean, to be fair, I mean, I don't think they could make us pay to be paying patrons in another store, but that's true. I mean, respect the troops, I guess, but you're alive.
I am alive.
When did you join the crawl? When did you join the crawl? He can't hear me. His AirPods are in. What happened to those memes? Those were good memes. Oh no, he can't hear us. His AirPods are in.
I never saw those memes.
Really? Wild.
Crave that mineral girl.
It's a horrible meme. The crave that mineral meme is the worst thing to ever happen to the internet.
I think it's the best thing because I got to see pictures of mountain goats regularly, and they're very cute.
That's a great point. I just wish it wasn't paired with Crave That Mineral memes.
More mountain goats in our popular culture.
I mean, we're seeing raccoons become a part.
Goats. What are goat memes gonna be? We have raccoons, we have possums. Next thing is goats.
It has to be, right?
Or sloths.
Sloths have to be the next transition of possums and raccoons, right?
I mean, a sloth is kind of a vibe.
It's true.
Especially those ones that just,
What's up? No Katie tonight? Gotcha. As there's another high press by Anderson to say, wow, Enzo Martinez. I am struggling with this today. What's up, man? How you doing? So, I'm really interested to see how long this press can keep up, because like these first 15 minutes, granted, they have not been hyper pressed like they were against Phoenix, so maybe their legs can stay a little bit. And I hate to say this now, this is going to sound really mean, but they also didn't like do much pressing in the last game, so maybe their legs were fine. That's a little mean, but one thing to keep an eye on here, as we only have 5 available subs, and 2 of those being goalkeepers, we really only have 3 available subs, and those being Grayson DuPont, Moses Mensah, and I'm blanking on the last one. Oh, that's embarrassing. I'll have to look at it. Look at me go. Can't remember crap. Let's see.
this poor person that you just forgot.
Ben Ravino. He's still on loan, so I haven't learned his name yet. So really 3 outfield players. That's what we're looking at. We're looking at 3 subs, assuming Trevor Spangenberg stays healthy. It's not great. I don't know what's happening with these injuries either. Like, I don't know. But man, that is the baldest head I've ever seen in my life. That might be the baldest human I've ever seen. That was a very bald person. That was like Howie Mandel put to shame.
There are different levels.
It's really, as soon as you lose your hair, it's a level of shininess. Yeah, he might be one of these shiniest humans.
Shine bright like a diamond.
That's true. As Prosper goes to cross the pitch to Matthew Corcoran. Can't tell. As that ball is also floated in Wigbo, who could not quite put it on in the back of the net. That's a wonderful cross by Gabriel Alves, who did Listigo one time, and he wants that one back. But, I mean, it was a good idea. I think a little bit closer, that's a better chance on target. Divin Wigbo is still looking to open up his league account after he opened up his professional scoring account against Chattanooga Red Wolves. Not to be confused by the other Chattanooga team, which we're playing on Wednesday. Dibba is still looking for that first goal, but I still think what he brings to the table is really important, and I really think that having him in that starting lineup is going to be huge for the team. I think he is a legitimate starter. I think he would look good as Alex looks to move the ball at the pitch out to Prosper Kassim. Prosper Kassim over to Matthew Corcoran. Corcoran is working his way back, who last game Corcoran did not have a great game in this last match, really showing the fact that he's 17. As that ball is a really good ball into Martinez and Colin Smith. Whoa! What is that? Okay, our stream went down, so I'm going to go instantly over to ESPN. This is not great. Imagine if we score in the middle of this and none of us know. Oh, by the way, Toronto Maple Leafs and the Tampa Bay Lightning are tied in overtime. That's pretty cool. Tampa Bay trying to get out of the first round for the first time in forever. And by the way, got the question from Catherine about what an account was. The account is your scoring record. So opening up your account means getting your first goal. So when people say they open their account, they mean they are
It's like a
open.
saying.
Yeah, it's a pretty common saying of like they started school.
Nothing to do with the same.
Yeah, if everybody wants to get behind me, I have the stream up. Yeah, the streams. Hey, I got it on. If y'all want to look behind me. Well, it's something. Okay, I'm still going. I'm live. I'm at 18-15. As that ball's okay. As that ball is in over to I guess Kavita. This is significantly harder to see, even though it's much closer to me. This is that's Anderson. Anderson has been really reckless in this game. He's going to get called for a yellow or a penalty if he's not careful. He's had two tackles that have been really scary. As that ball is in a really nice area, they're looking over to Milanolowski, who has a go and is well wide. But Milanolowski is the last person you want to see over the ball, as he is last year's Golden Boot winner. A lot of those coming from penalties, but also just blatantly, he's really good at scoring the ball. Really hard to get on the end of that one, though, as it looks like Manuel Kavita is looking to take that ball up the pitch over to Anderson Aceto, over to Gabriel Alves. He's playing the left wing as opposed to Moses Mensah. I still want to see Moses in the starting 11. I think he's the best left back on the team. I think Gabriel is a fantastic player, and he's a wonderful scoring threat. But Moses Mensah is everything you want in a left back. Everything about Gabriel is what you want in a central midfielder. Not saying he can't play left back. He's a good player, as that is a really good ball that has beaten Trevor Spangenberg, but they're calling offside. 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 As the stream is back, 40 seconds behind. Offside. It's offside.
It's 40 behind.
Yeah, it's a little behind. I'm just going to turn that off and act like that didn't happen. I mean, I thought he was offside anyway, but good. Oh, that's a wonderful ball over to Juan Agudelo. Holds the ball up, looks to get onto his left foot. Prosper receive, hesitates, doesn't quite get it. Enzo Martinez onto the top of the box, cover over to the left side over to Gabriel Alves. Gabriel Alves looking back over to Anderson Aceto. I'm struggling with those two names today. And the attack slows down as one and quiet pull the trigger, as there's a cross into the box to absolutely no one. That was an interesting minute. A lot happened here.
This is adorable. It's so cute. It's so cute.
You want that, her?
That boy moves so damn quick.
Fair enough. Did I just witness a bar fight? Bar fight live on live stream. World star. Huh? Oh yeah. As Legion got a little bit of not away with it, because I mean, an offside goal is still an offside goal. It's a really good way of holding up the line by the back line. But the thing is that you still kind of sit there and say they still got in behind, and if they hold that run up by a half a second, are they going to be in? And that's something that you kind of have to worry about when you're a back line, especially Thomas Among, who's a fantastic player. He's a really good player, one of the best players in the league last year when he was with San Diego Loyal. As that ball's kind of going long, Alex Granado looking to deal with it, plays it up the line to, I believe, Gabriel Alves, who looks to turn up field, gets past one man, past another, but straight out of bounds. Oh, apparently he was fouled, allegedly. I didn't see a foul there, but I'll take it. I'm okay with the ref being wrong as long as it benefits me. Happy birthday, pal. This is... As that ball's going up the line to Colin Smith, who looks to cut the ball inside, goes into Prosper Kasim. He plays it back out to Colin Smith. He puts a cross in, headed out, but trying to be won back again by Prosper Kasim. As Colin Smith gets the ball, cross into the box, back out again by Enzo Martinez, looking to be taken down by Matthew Corcoran, who takes it down cleanly. Corcoran over to Anderson and Sidu. I got it right that time. Goes over again to Juan Agudelo, who is our striker playing midfield. That's cool. Juan Agudelo is playing in super deep. Over to Anderson Martinez. I am so struggling with those names today.
Hey, if you can mix Anderson and Martinez.
I keep struggling with Ando and Enzo.
Yeah.
And now as they are caught out again, Milana Losky offside once again.
You're doing great, Caleb.
Thanks, man. I'm doing my best.
I'm enjoying the commentary.
Thank you.
We don't have any volume.
I was watching that one, but I
You gotta go back over.
Having the instant replay is nice.
That's the replay.
We have two screens, as that's a horrible. Not say horrible. Just it just went across the field a little bit. Wanted to switch the pitch a little bit. Went a little long.
She was there with the TVs off.
Skylar scares me. Skylar poured beer on my laptop earlier, and he started to walk towards me, and he saw he was walking towards me and just put his beer down. So I don't know if he's coming to talk to me and he's afraid of pouring beer on my laptop again, or if that was just an action, but I'm afraid either way. The laptop's fine, by the way. It survived.
You can get a sticker for it that says I survived.
I survived Skylar sticker. I think we all need one of those. As that's another good ball over to Juan Agudelo, who's playing super deep. Enzo Martinez pretty clearly the starting striker right now. As Prosper Kasim wins it back again over to Juan Agudelo, who's playing deeper, kind of like a central attacking midfielder. Back over to Matthew Corcoran. Juan looking to distribute the ball across into the back post. Handled well, but back over to Matthew Corcoran, who looks to open his account. And Matthew Corcoran, looking like Anderson Asiadu from 2019, goes 30 yards over the bar. He's going to get there eventually. Keep trying, young buck. You'll get there. That ball is always rising, but I appreciate him having the effort to do it. I also want to see if his jersey number goes up with every year, because he is 17 and wearing the 17. So next year Trevor has to give him the 18, right? He has to eventually just keep getting all the jersey numbers. Also, how wild is it that there's a 17-year-old that's playing professionally? Like, I'm barely playing in Sunday League. Barely.
Hey, keep posting those goalie bets, man. Those are good.
Thank you.
Did Drew leave?
No, Drew's alive.
Oh, there he is.
Despite his best efforts, he is alive. Huh?
Can I give you goalie advice?
You can give me goalie advice.
Just be as wide as the entire goal and boxing.
You know, I'm pretty sure they tried that in hockey where they said we're going to get sumo wrestlers, and I think they made that illegal. Although, if you're wide enough to cover the entire soccer net, there's a lot of issues going on.
My 600-pound life. You got some things going on.
It's a dual purpose. You're like getting the exercise and you're.
if you're as wide as the goal, you're not getting exercise. They might be putting you in front of net, but you're not getting exercise.
Jabba the Hutt.
Man. Drew, how long has it been since you've done that? As that ball is once again out to Colin Smith, who goes back out to Prosper Kassim, who tries to get it into his left foot. That ball is out for a throw-in, as it is indeed thrown in. And over to Matthew, who's looking probably to cut the ball back up, but over to, let's say, Alex Cronulla. Alex Cronulla back all the way to Trevor Spangenberg. It's going to start all over again. Trevor, who just recently got married a couple months ago. It's always weird to talk about like players in their personal lives, but I do feel like it needs to be discussed. His wedding pictures are sick. If you look on his Instagram, they are really nice pictures. That's a really good ball as the defense is caught out, but offside again. And Trevor Spangenberg does not care. No feelings. But he has really nice wedding photos. They had him at a brewery. And honestly, yeah, it's really nice aesthetics. I really respect the reception at a brewery. Those photos always look really nice.
Somebody had a reception at Pack 40.
Oh, I bet that's nice. Back 40's
Extremely busy over there.
I can imagine. I went to Good People a couple months ago, and they asked me to leave because they had shut down for a reception. They rinsed out the whole place, and I was like, y'all, how many people are there? This is a big venue. Who's the one that has the massive venue? Is that Cahaba? That has that huge, oh my goodness, that's another good ball. It's across the box into the back of the net. Across goes, and it is in. Orange County takes the lead. I did not have that. Okay, that's a weird flex. I think it was number 17, who I cannot remember his name off of. I need to see what happened. Ball goes in, just not dealt with. Is that Colin Smith? Colin Smith just did not handle it well. And I don't want to be rude, but I've said it time and time again. Colin Smith has been kind of a liability at fullback. And at that point, he's trying to play the ball. He's trying to dribble his way out of it. And
Who was covering 17?
I mean, the thing is that they were expecting Colin to clear it, and they started stepping forward. At least that's what it looked like to me. That's not great. Like, that's a horrible goal to give up. That's a horrible goal to give up as Legion are down 1-0 in the 30th minute. As Prosper Kassim looks to get this one started back early. What? What? Oh, there's a dog? Oh, that's a good dog. As Matthew, that's not Pasher. As another aggressive press is coming out.
I sent Jay an email on Thursday or Friday. I haven't got the check back.
Welcome to my life. He is back in training. No, I think he's hurt, yeah.
Why was he on the injury report?
None of them are on the injury report.
That last game he played, he looked like he's like.
So at the very end of the Tulsa game, after like the wonder goal, he came up pretty lame. So I don't know what it was, but like it was definitely looked like a leg thing. Which he also tweaked his leg, I think his hammy in the Huntsville game. So I'm guessing it's just a precautionary thing to make sure he's for sure 100% ready to go.
Precautionary for like 4 games.
He signed to a contract, yeah. I think so. As
You gotta use him at that point. Or keep him healthy.
yeah, I mean, this is a team that's built for the playoffs. They're going to make the playoffs. You want him, even if you're not finishing first in the East, you want him on the field for the playoffs. That's a really good ball. Looks like David Wigbo looking for a cross in, cuts it inside, takes a shot! Juan Agudelo gets his first goal in the USL. As Juan Agudelo gets the equalizer, and this is a goal, and it's just another wonderful dribbling play that Juan is so good at. And he takes this dribble and just a great finish. Opens up his USL account for the 2023 season. Let's hope that gets him off the mark. What a finish and what a play. Juan Agudelo levels it at the 33rd minute. Wow. Oh, it's shot time. Yeah, can you get one? This one. Do you want a shot? I didn't think so. I told him no, but I just want to make sure. Wow. As Enzo Martinez really wants that one back. I missed that one as I was getting a shot. As that ball goes in, and just Enzo at the top of the box just skies it. Wow. Hello. Hello. What's up, Matt? Her name's Indy. Indy? Hi, Indy. I like your scarf, Indy.
I don't think she is.
That's fun. If you haven't been to Ghost Train, it's just dog heaven. If you're a dog person, this is the place to go. Yeah, watch your mouth. As there is a free kick in a kind of a dangerous area, seeing as the shots are being poured. We're all college students here. Some of us are 60, but we're all college students here. As Milan Olowski is standing over this ball, I think along with Thomas Simung. Actually, Thomas Simung is out there. Villanueva, excuse me. If I had to guess, this is going to be Villanueva taking it because it's going to be an outswing. I don't think Milan Olowski is going to take a shot from here. I guess it is going to be Milan Olowski swinging the ball in, and it's just not a great ball in. Ball goes out for a throw-in for Orange County. What a goal. I think I'm going to start off, if it's up here yet, if Orange County has uploaded the video yet. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and pull up the video for Orange County. Well, I'm going to stop sharing that real fast because I'm really good at this job. Not a job. And thank you. Now, if you see, I want to go ahead and look at this Orange County goal first. So right now, as this ball is played up, it's played up here to the top and looking to go out wide, and it's crossed the ball in. From here, right now, Colin Smith, he has two goals. He can either clear the ball out and go up the line or just kick it as far as possible, or try to take a touch and dribble the ball. And you're going to see what he does. He tries to dribble the ball, but his decision, he makes a decision to dribble as the ball carrier. Thank you. As he already goes down to make a slide tackle. already winning the ball. And at this point, and I want you to notice what happens here. So before the ball is won, you can kind of see everybody else is taking a step forward. They're taking a step forward and they're not really ready for it. Everybody else is kind of caught on the back foot. Colin Smith tries to make up for it. Instead of jockeying for the ball, he goes to try to win the ball back as we're taking the shot. And we're taking the shot right now. Okay. And he crosses the ball back wide open at the back post. Now, as for whose man is that, everybody else is accounted for. I think it's Anderson. I think Anderson Asadu did not drop back far enough. Anderson's at the top right of your screen. I think this one's kind of that's Anderson's man left all by himself. Maybe it did into Wigbo, but just did not work out. Now I'm going to go ahead and move over. Are we taking this? Cheers. Okay. As I'm going to pull up the Legion one. I hate these little shots out of these little cups because they force, like they spill out so easily. As no, Legion has not uploaded their video yet. But we'll check that out in a minute. In case you didn't figure it out, Drew loves one. In case you didn't figure it out, Drew loves one. Drew loves one. Drew loves one, the guy who scored the ball. As the ball goes back out to Prosper Kassim. Prosper Kassim looking to cut the ball in. Goes back up top to Juan Agudelo, the goal scorer. It goes back out wide to, I believe, Gabriel Alves. Now to Ando. Back out to Alex Cernale, who looks to go long again to Prosper Kassim. He plays it up to Colin Smith, who's not quite where he thought he would be. A little bit of a misplaced math as Juan does a good job at bodying a player as Ando goes up but gets dispossessed. Anderson's playing weird right now. He's kind of just forcing the issue as Fanwell Kavita absolutely murders a man. Wow. I mean, yeah, Fanny killed a man. He's not dead. Here's the thing with Fanwell, and I noticed this with a lot of players. After they have their kid, like a lot of athletes, after they have a child, seem to have like super father strength, and like they always, every single time, like one of my favorite things in baseball is that people, after they go on like paternity leave, they'll come back and hit a bunch of home runs for no good reason. I just think it's daddy strength. Like they just get really excited about having a father, being a father, and they're just like, I'm gonna hit all the home runs. Manuel Kavita, being a defender, sees another human with a soccer ball and says, I'm gonna run you over. I don't trust that. Like I respect that. It is probably from chasing the baby around. He's probably just excited to, well, I mean, the baby can't run yet, but I mean, at some point, like, he's probably excited to, like, from his wife. No, for his wife, maybe. Running, I mean, probably. I mean, I think his significant other, I mean, like if I'm sitting there, I'm like, thank goodness I'm out of the house and I don't have to deal with the baby right now. I better play as well as I can if I'm not taking care of the baby. Like, if me playing well means I get a second contract and more money, I'm going to play a little extra hard after having a child, knowing that I have to pay for a child. As Prosper Kassim cuts on the inside, once again on that golden left boot of his. One of these days, whenever Legion get their own stadium, we do just need to have a left shoe, just a left shoe statue. Everybody knows who it's for. I almost think that Prosper will like that more than just a statue of him, just his shoe. Man, I love that Prosper was our first ever 100 player. He was the first player to hit 100. I mean, first ever goal scorer. And, you know, that first goal at home to win the game, I think against Loudoun. and for him to get that first playoff goal and everything else that comes with it. Prosper Kasim is truly a legend of the club, and I just love everything about him. As we're kind of letting Orange County kind of control the pace a little bit, not a lot of pressing happening right now, trying to catch their legs a little bit because there is a long match ahead of them. So well over 50 minutes of match left as Corcoran goes up to Prosper Kasim. Colin Smith over on the overlap. Prosper not really looking for that overlap from Colin Smith. Matthew Corcoran over on the top looking to switch the play, not quite long enough. I don't hate the idea, but I think that maybe if he could ping it just a little bit lower and just a little harder, I think that'd have been the way to go. I like the idea though. And here's the thing, I don't mind players making mistakes. Mistakes happen. In fact, I kind of encourage creative mistakes. Like Matthew Corcoran gave the ball away and it led to a goal scoring opportunity. But the idea itself was really good. And I thought that, if it worked out, a little bit more training on that or a little bit more in-game experience, it works out. That's a goal scoring chance for Legion. It's the little things like that mistakes in themselves are not bad. It's just how often do you make those mistakes, and is it often the same mistake? Because usually if you see the same mistake over and over again, usually it means in training, in practice, you're not doing what you need to. As Milanovsky has the ball taken away from him as Enzo Martinez looks like has the counterattack, plays it out wide to Juan Agudelo. Wow, as that ball just kind of takes a slight deflection, and that slows everything down. Enzo Martinez out on the right-hand side, looking over to Prosper Kasim. Prosper Kasim looking to spread the ball out wide. Over to, I believe, Dibbin Wigbo. Dibbin Wigbo takes the ball down on the top of the box, has a shot blocked by a defender. Looked to be won again by Matthew Corcoran. Corcoran goes out to Dibbin Wigbo. Dibbin Wigbo out, and they are Anderson Martinez. I did it again. Enzo Martinez. And Enzo just not on the same page as Alice Cronale. A really good scoring opportunity there by the Legion. Just a little bit of miscommunications along the way. Speaking of miscommunications, if I mess up Anderson and Enzo one more time, I'm going to lose it. It's okay. Okay, my bad. As now, Orange County has a good chance at the top of the box. No one there. Handled well by Gabriel Alves. As Milanovsky is going to be looking to put in a cross on this corner. I mean, Gabriel Alves kind of caught out of position a little bit, but then makes up for it for a really good tackle. But as a fullback, just a little bit out of position. And that's been kind of the thing. Right this last year, when we had Johnny Dean, who we all saw as basically a winger, as that cross goes in but goes over, they call it a foul Legion ball. We saw with Johnny Dean, he would go in and attack. As Indy, what are you doing? What are you doing? As it is halftime for Legion, leveling it up 1-1. Let me see if that goal is up. Because there's not really a lot of tactics to that one, I don't think. It's just a wonderful chance and a wonderful opportunity taken by Juan Agudelo. As these rednecks really will be entertained by anything. As these rednecks really be entertained by anything. They see a hot air balloon and they say to shoot it down. If these ain't the most Alabama people I've ever been around, I don't know what else will be. As we see the goal here, as I pulled it up, Banwell plays the ball up, and it's a really good ball. I cannot undersell this enough. Banwell Kavita gets the ball right here, picks his head up, and immediately goes to play this long ball to Juan Agudelo. Juan Agudelo gets behind. Player thinks that he has the offside trap, not quite. So Juan picks his head up. He has a player up top, and Enzo Martinez, and on the back post running is Prosper Kasim. And as he goes to take this cross, really good play here as the player thinks that he's going to cross the ball into end zone, slides to block the cross. That's a win for the defender because he has forced Juan to stand up. Juan stands up. Once again, defenders are still looking for this cross. The most dangerous play here is going to be Prosper Kasim at the top of the box. And as he goes to take that shot, you can tell that they're more worried about the cross than the shot because the defender immediately comes in for a slide tackle trying to block off this crossover to Enzo Martinez, gets the bite. As soon as he gets the bite, he pulls the trigger. Keeper's out of position. Not out of position. It's actually decent positioning. I think he's a little too close to his near post. I think that if he was standing maybe a foot or two to his left, maybe he can cover a little bit more goal. But that's just a great finish. And it's really smart by Juan Agudelo, knowing that defenders are covering the cross, takes advantage of it twice. Once with the one cross, the second defender expecting the second cross doesn't happen. As soon as he gets the bite, shot. And this is where you see this top tier player, these top tier strikers are really important. And I know a lot of people are really frustrated with Juan because he doesn't score like you would expect the U.S. men's national team player to score. But that also said, you can tell his intelligence when it happens. You can tell that in the heat of the moment, the intelligence is there. And if he has the right support and is given the freedom to shoot the ball like I think he should, you get wonderful goals like this. And in a split second, you don't really think are really happening. So that's kind of how that goal happened. And I am going to take a break because my throat is sore and it's halftime. Whisper, brother. And we are back as Skylar is learning about ASMR.
I'm actually learning about how the red jerseys are best jerseys.
It's just not true. It's not true.
It's very much true.
At this point, this is just your bit, and I appreciate the commitment to the bit, but it's also false.
This is a commitment to the bit. This is true.
Okay.
Very much true. And you must learn.
All
You
right.
must learn.
Alright, we gotta kick
Red jerseys, best
We got
jerseys.
kickoffs. See you, Skylar. Very good. As that's a dangerous ball early on. I think there's another goal in this one. There's only been 2 shots on target and both of them have gone in. So I think there's another goal in this one for both teams. Maybe for both teams. I don't know. Legion only having 3 subs available is big. I mean, Orange County has 5, and that's just more options and more fresh legs. I have a feeling that this match on Wednesday against Chattanooga is going to be a bunch of people we have never seen start, except for Grayson DuPont, who cannot. Is that Skylar again? That's the second one, Skylar.
Penis.
I knew it was coming, and I just let it happen.
Only the Scott's not here. Big penis. Big penis. No.
Gotcha. Jesus Christ.
It is a little chilly out. It is a little cold out.
At one point, he was the most sober of the bunch. At one point. Bless him. Have you ever read the? Is that the Iliad?
That's Icarus.
Icarus. What did I say? Icarus. I think I added it in. Did you ever read the Iliad or Homer?
I've seen the cartoon.
I read the book, like the whole like series. It's fine. I read the Iliad. I did not read the Odyssey. Did you do the Cliff Notes? Fair enough. There's some like classics that are worth reading, but from my experience, the Iliad, that one's okay. Like if you're into Greek epics, worth it. The one that's not worth it, Moby Dick, is not worth it. For like 90% of the book, it's whale facts. And then like 10% of the book is like, oh no, the whale is coming. And then but most of it's just like, did you know that blue whales are so big? And it's like, all right, dude, you were born in the 1800s and no one else knew whale facts and you had no idea else to talk about it. It was like when I found out that the Grey's Anatomy was just a medical book, that was wild. Because I went to Barnes and Noble and I saw a book that said Grey's Anatomy, and I thought that maybe the show was based off of a story, and then I opened it up and it was just a medical textbook, and I was like, all right, never mind. Don't look so disappointed in me. Don't look at me like that. Thank you. But this feels somehow more passive aggressive than you looking at me. As this match has been going kind of back and forth, just a lot of teams, both teams just kind of looking for something. Looking for anything, really. As Orange County kind of steps up and Orange County steps up, and that ball is cleared out long. Enzo Martinez couldn't quite get on the end of that one. But this match just got stuck in the midfield as this ball is won again by Anderson Asiadu. Anderson Asiadu wins that ball. Prosperous team could not quite win that battle on the ball, but it's called a foul as the ref immediately goes to argue, says, I disagree with that call, kind sir. And the referee says, I believe my call is correct. And they both go on their happy little way. I think that's what happened anyway. As we are in the 51st minute and there is a free kick in a dangerous area, all the big man up top. Now this is a ball that 100% Matthew Corcoran I think is going to take. I think this is going to be an outswinger to the back post. I don't think this one's going to in swing. I guess I shouldn't guess too much, but this one seems like Prosper Casino takes the in swing to the front post. Like I said, Anderson has a go, and Anderson Asiadu back in his 2019 form puts it well over the bar. And Anderson Asiadu seems to only be able to score headers and balls that are point blank range. Anything farther, he will shoot 20 yards over the bar, and I respect that, as that's a challenge that goes straight to the Orange County defense. Orange County looking to spring a quick counterattack as they are slowed up a little bit, but that cross goes in into the middle of the net to the back post again, number 17, who already got a goal in this match. He gets it and is straight to Fanuel Kavita, who looks to spray it fast over to Juan Agudelo, who also got a goal for the same situation. Juan Agudelo goes to take on a defender. Dibbin Wigbo making a run. It goes over to Dibbin Wigbo, not really expecting whatever that was. I mean, he saw Dibbin Wigbo and said, I'm going to hit you as hard as I can with this ball. I mean, I respect it. Also, I mean, Dibbin Wigbo starting this match is kind of cool because I think he's only 21 years old, and he's also starting a professional match, which is really cool to see as Gabriel Alves gets kind of caught up once again. Fanuel Kavita looks to commit a foul. No one else cares. Up to Anderson Asiadu. Anderson Asiadu out to Juan Agudelo, who's still playing very deep, which is really where I like to see him. Out over to Dibbin Wigbo. Wigbo plays it back to Gabriel Alves. Alves back over to Fanuel Kavita. Fanuel Kavita looking to spray it out wide. And it goes up. A really good ball. Not quite to Colin Smith, but that was a really good ball. I think he thought he was closer than he was. I wish he would have just kind of gone for a toe, like a little toe poke to go into the net. But I think he was closer to that ball than he was. So... yeah, so I mean that's kind of part of the issue as Alice gets a nice little professional foul. That's part of the issue though, is that like in those situations, because he's a fullback, right? And if he takes it down and gets dispossessed, it's an easy counterattack as he's already up the field. So I feel like he kind of went to touch the ball down and then kind of pick your battles. I think I got a yellow for it. As Gabriel Alves seems to be getting an earful from Juan Agudelo. Cheers. As this is a really dangerous ball. So this ball, that was stupid. I'm not really good at soccer, but I know if the ball is that close to the goal, don't shoot it low. People's feet are there. And in soccer, you hit the ball with your feet. So don't shoot the ball at people's feet. If you shoot it at someone's like chest, they're going to think, I'm going to catch it. And they'd say, I can't do that. It's like that one really stupid scene in The Office where that guy kicks the ball really hard at Jim's face, and he ducks because that'll concuss me. And it hits. Oh, who does it hit in the face? Who was it? Phyllis. I mean, it hits her square in the face, which like it's natural instinct at that point to get out of the way, don't get hit by the concussion ball. What if I do my hair like that? Would you love me still?
I'm not gonna say it.
All right.
If you throw it, you can.
All right. Man, I can't believe you. I can't believe you've done this. Kyle Scott with the weirdest man bun I think I've ever seen. Like, it's a weird man bun. This game is becoming quickly like just both teams just trying to find long balls to catch the other one out. It's not working. So instead of like these really nice, quick motions that both teams are able to take advantage of catching the other team out and pulling one player out of position, right now we're just seeing a lot of long balls, and neither team is really having success from that. And I think it's just from a lack of midfield continuity. As I say that, as Orange County has a really good possession going, as that's another good ball as blocked by a defender, cleared out to Anderson Asidu, who looks to spring the counterattack. Anderson Asidu getting held back up, looks to fight a man. And that's a good professional foul. Really good professional foul, but as that ball is taken kind of quick, Matthew Corcoran goes out to Alice Cornali. Alice Cornali goes up to Devin Wigbo. As Anderson Asidu wins that ball back over to Gabriel Alves. Gabriel Alves looking to cut inside, takes a shot, and I'm not sure what he saw there. Take that shot as he is way out of position, and they are looking to be on the counterattack. Manuel Kabita in a good position as that ball is handled by Trevor Spangenberg. The newlywed has soft hands and takes that one away from the attacker. I don't know what the newlywed had anything to do with that. I felt like there was a good line coming from that, and it just did not happen. It was just sad. Soft hands, soft heart, everyone knows that. What about people with calloused hands? Oh, cold hands? What about warm hands? I think most people's hearts are innately warm, as there's a good chance there. As that ball's in the back. As Enzo Martinez leads up the scraps. Enzo Martinez opens up his scoring account this season, cleaning up the scraps. Colin Smith goes out wide, gets control of the ball, goes up to Enzo Martinez under Cody Cropper. Legion now lead 2-1.
Why are we so bad?
Enzo Martinez with a clinical finish there. And that's a great pass by Colin Smith. Colin Smith gets control of that ball. As the slide tackle comes in, I think that he gets really good control of that ball. and it beats Cody Crawford. It's a really good ball over to Enzo Martinez, who just takes a shot well. In the end, I wish he would have put it more towards the corner because I think a little bit better goalkeeping stops that ball. But also, who cares as long as you're winning? Who cares how you do it? As long as you're winning, who cares how you win?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure some really bad people in history have said that same thing.
There's been some bad people to say those exact words, but I don't think they were in soccer.
Not yet.
Not yet. Who's going to be the first? Is it me? My Sunday league soccer game, I want to be like, I don't care. Like, as long as we win, who cares? I'm driving home.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm as Enzo Martinez has another ball at the top of the box, looking to go out wide. As Matthew Corcoran plays that one over to Colin Smith. Colin Smith looks to cut inside, looking to find someone at the top of the box. Cuts up. Doesn't quite work, but Colin Smith, another light work, but they call a foul on Colin Smith. As it is Orange County ball. What a match so far, people. If you are watching along on YouTube or Twitch, you can comment and I can see it. So if you're on YouTube or Twitch, what do you think about this match so far? This is my first plug I've actually done this whole time. Look at me go. I have a little self-control. Hashtag like and subscribe. As Tommy Stone, is that a new? I'm gonna be honest. The Nike swoosh in the middle of the jacket looks awful. I'd rather see it on the other side, like where it normally is. As Coach Stone was shown on the screen, who it needs to be said that last game, I mean, he said himself it was a hard week for the team, but I wish he would have spoken. I wish he would have been kind of spoke about it, but just the fact that it doesn't matter if you're 23 or 53 or whatever, losing a father is hard. And the fact that he was away from the team, yeah, that's hard for the team. But I can imagine as you are trying to coach a squad, you know, it's not easy to be able to coach a squad knowing that your dad just passed away. So, you know, last match, I gave a lot of grace for the result just because, you know, he's had a lot on his mind. And so it's good to see him come out. I would like to see us obviously come out with the result, especially for Tommy Stone. As that ball is wide out to that back post, as Alex Canales is to swing the counterattack, as Matthew Corcoran picks the ball up, picks his head up, looking for anybody, but takes it up the touchline, goes up to an open space, but not quite there. As the peanut gallery calls for a foul, I don't think there was one. But the peanut gallery is slightly intoxicated, and so it does not really matter what they think. A little bit. It was like a little bit on this side, and nothing on this side. This side just doesn't pop lately. I don't know what's up with that. It is on my right side a little bit, so it's just stopping me. Enzo Martinez gets a yellow card. I'm assuming it's for dissent. He must have said something to the ref that the ref was like, "How dare you say that to me? Respect my authority," said one guy from South Park. As Orange County is getting their first set of subs in, and this is where we're going to see this match kind of thing turn on its head a little bit, as Legion only have the 3 subs, as Orange County can make, 5. As Brian Olowski comes onto the pitch, Brian Olowski, who I interviewed fairly recently on Orange and Black Soccercast, he's been in the league for a while, and if you recognize that name, Olowski, his brother is the Golden Boot winner, number 7. So both brothers are on the same team, played professionally, which is pretty cool. But Brian's been injured a little bit and has not been quite able to do it. As Anderson Acidu gets the ball, and it goes over to Matthew Cocaron, Juan Agudelo, as it over to Debo DeWigbo. DeWigbo's out onto the left side, looking to dribble the ball in over to the touchline. That ball goes to the top. Juan Agudelo has a shot just wide at the top corner. But that's what you want to see out of Juan Agudelo, a little bit more shots coming out of the man. This is the kind of era we want out of Juan Agudelo, as he is looking to take more shots this match. Wonderful to see, as apparently it took a touch before going out of bounds, and it is a corner kick for the 3 Sparks. I'm assuming it's going to be Matthew Corcoran over it. Looks like Matthew Corcoran.
I have always said if Juan started scoring goals at the actual level,
as that ball is to the back post to absolutely no point. So cool. Drummers. That is very quirky. The flag guys? I don't know. Oh. I don't know. As there's a quick counterattack going, as it looks like Thomas Among gets on the end of that. I think that's Thomas Among. The ball is to the top of the box and goes out wide as Trevor Spangenberg deals with it accordingly. The newlywed with soft hands, as I said earlier. I really don't know why I said he had soft hands. I mean, he wears gloves all day. If you're wearing gloves, you don't have calloused hands. I was with you until you said his hands were marinating, and then you lost me.
People do that. They sleep with gloves full of hand cream on at night if they have eczema.
What?
You like rubber band it so the hand cream doesn't come out of the gloves while you're sleeping.
That's awful.
If you have eczema, what can you do? Probably go to a dermatologist.
I would recommend going to a dermatologist.
I'm just telling you, that's the thing.
That's wild.
I think people do it with socks too on their feet, but that's even worse.
I feel like that would feel like you're walking on yogurt all day long.
It's only while you're sleeping. It's like an overnight treatment.
That's the worst version of overnight oats I've ever heard in my life.
Don't put oats on your feet, please.
I'm going to do something.
It looks like a skin calming. It would feel like help if you are having allergies.
Reaction or something.
I think so. Sometimes it's like a rash. You've ever had to take an oat bath?
I never had to do that.
Have you heard of that?
No.
They do. Sometimes they recommend oat baths for people that have a rash. The more you know.
See, that always feels like the thing that I always see with like It feels like something I would do as a kid, or if I was super rich. Like I'm gonna get in this bathtub and fill it up with oatmeal.
No, it's not that oats.
Okay.
And don't boil the water in your mouth.
I wasn't. You don't have to boil oatmeal.
Oh, overnight oats.
Yeah. You just have a bunch of oats, and then you get in the overnight oats. Bathtub full. As there's another free kick at the top of a dangerous area, as Anderson Asiadu is buttering up the ref as much as he can. Anderson Asiadu, huh?
You really think you're not fair?
A little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I want to buy more of the bread, that Cheesecake Factory bread. Hashtag ad. Cheesecake Factory, please. We're holding the door. As that ball goes in, and nothing coming of it. Enzo Martinez looking on the end of it, clears it upfield, straight to an Orange County defender. Orange County goes up in dangerous area, looking to cut back on the inside. They had to get that one right into the side netting. Trevor Spangenberg not even worried about it. What just happened? What just happened with that ball? I missed it. I completely missed it. I looked away because people were drumming. As this team is still on the left, now on the left side. They're doing the thing where they kind of switch throughout the game. As Legion seem to be getting into their time wasting mode. Even when it's Legion, I kind of just hate watching time wasting. It's really annoying to watch. As that ball goes out to Juan Agudelo. Juan Agudelo probably going to look out wide. Yep, goes out wide. As Prosper Kasim, it goes back to Juan Agudelo. It goes back up to Anderson Asiadu. Asiadu goes over to Matthew Corcoran. Over to the right side. Possibly looking for a cross, but goes back over. Back over to Matthew Corcoran, who's going to look up to Enzo Martinez. Enzo Martinez is standing up straight to Colin Smith, who puts in a cross to absolutely no one. But over to Enzo Martinez, it falls to him. Crosses the ball back up and kind of falls. And it is immediately Orange County ball. You can be on your phone, it's fine. As there's a shot or up to the ball, and absolutely no one. Who did that take? Oh, they're calling a goal kick? As Alex Cernale had a shot on goal, which was bizarre to see him in that play. That's true. Anybody who's ever seen his Instagram can confirm that. Why was he up there? Because Alex never put it on target.
Why do you see Anderson always sometimes with Anderson one not center back?
As that ball now goes out to Gabriel Abbas, who cuts on the inside, goes over to Enzo Martinez, who I'm still struggling with that name. I am just constantly mixing up Anderson Asiadu and Enzo Martinez, and it's driving me insane. Oh, I'm over here. I forgot that I'm not on the camera on my computer, that I'm over on this one. I'm not used to having the GoPro to do the webcam. As Devin Wigbo wins the ball back once again, Orange County player tries to win the foul, doesn't quite work. Back over to Gabriel Alves. And we're 75 minutes in without a sub, and that's still really big for the Legion, as they just don't have the players to kind of keep us up. Only 3 subs. I mean, that's huge. And the only really subs we have aside from Grayson DuPont is, a defensive sub. So I think right now they're going to go for that third goal and then make that defensive sub. But in the meantime, waste as much time as possible. I'm a bit surprised Grayson DuPont hasn't made an appearance yet, as the US Open Cup is coming up and Grayson DuPont has a red card, so he cannot play in the match. I'm a bit surprised that they're not going to pull somebody in favor of him, just so whoever can have a little bit fresher legs. But also, I fear that they're going to say, well, it's a lower league team, it's in NISA, and we're going to see a lesser squad, and it's just, we're not worried about it. That's my fear, is that they're not going to take Chattanooga FC seriously, as that ball is up into the corner. And I'm a bit worried about that, as that ball goes out for a corner. So I hope we take them seriously, because what we need is to see an MLS squad. I mean, we have not made it that far once to see an MLS squad, and making it to the 4th round would be our best finish in club history. So I hope they take it very seriously, but that also means that we need to see maybe a Grayson DuPont coming in soon, because that's really our only defensive sub or our only attacking sub that we have coming soon. But who do you take out? Maybe Divin Wigbo? Maybe Prosper Kassim. I don't know. As who is that? I hate time wasting, man. I hate it.
Are you looking at Bible? Find anything you like? No Times New Roman.
As it looks like Orange County are making their 3rd and 4th sub right now, as Legion have not taken their 1st yet, because again they only have 3 subs. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of insane to think about it, having that little amount of subs. I guess it's just, I don't know. I fear, I guess. I fear that this last little bit, they're going to have fresh legs and we won't. And 3 points right now will be vital. As I'm going to check the Eastern Conference scores, I do believe Lou City and Charleston drew, which might have been the best result for Legion. Charleston are sitting in 1st at 15 points. Blue City are sitting at 2nd at 13 points. And if results hold, Legion will be in 3rd at 13 points. But that means the results fold as an Orange County player goes down, and we're wasting a little bit of time as Thomas Among looks for that penalty call, but just does not come his way, as that ball goes out to Alex Cronale, now out to Gabriel Alves. Gabriel Alves over to Ando. Ando back to Fanwell as the press is coming in. Orange County really looking for that equalizer, looking for their 2nd win of the season. Ball goes up one, sort of by Agadello, but then lost immediately. That's a great ball. That's a wonderful ball. That's a corner in the 80th minute. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I really appreciate that every single replay is sponsored by Adidas. As that corner is put into the back post, and it's a clear header, but missed by the Orange County player, and it is out for barely a goal kick. Almost went out for a throw. As Alex, Fanwell, and Juan are talking, and Trevor's saying, "Get up the field, you hooligans! I can kick it that far." And he is just kind of playing with the ball. Wow. We are in the 81st minute, and we're probably going to be looking at it, unless it's a big stoppage like a goal or any other kind of stoppage. I would assume 3 minutes right now. So we're still looking at 9 minutes to go in this match, as that's another ball put into the back third as Ascronale heads it to an Orange County attacker. And that ball is crossed into the back post. Trevor Spangenberg can't quite deal with it, but an Orange County player gets something into it. The ball is on the top of the box as that ball is crossed in to the Legion player, and it's headed out by Fanuel Cavita. Ascronale clears it. Ascronale. Gabriel Alves clears the ball. Juan Agudelo tries to win the ball, but doesn't quite get there. The Orange County attack looks to reset things, and we might see about 9 minutes of purely parking the bus, and it's going to might be a long 9 minutes for the Three Sparks if results and actions hold. My water is still full of 5 water. When I went today, I filled it up chock full of 5 water and a little bit of lemon. Just tastes so good right now. Or as there's another corner for Orange County, this ball going to be taken in the 83rd minute, as Enzo Martinez needs to tie his shoe, apparently. Now, Enzo Martinez ready to go. Everybody waiting for this ball in. Looking once again to the back post. No one would run back front post as that ball is cleared forward out for a Orange County throw in. As that ball is taken way upfield, like way too far upfield. And does not seem to matter as that ball is picked up very quickly. And they're calling it a free kick as that ball is taken way too far forward. Weird. No, never mind. They are calling a throw in. I mean, I thought he was so confident, but he tricked me. He got me with it. The long throw in going into the top of the box. One cleanly by Orange County as another cross goes into the top of the box. Dangerous area. Legion looking to clear it out, but it's one cleanly by Orange County. Orange County looking for a quick cross in, tries to beat the defender. Not quite beaten quite yet. Legion getting cleared upfield. Looking for a quick counter attack. Juan Agudelo looking to beat the Orange County player. Pulls the ball up, looking out wide. Prosper Cassim out wide. Prosper Cassim looking to take the ball up to the bench. Probably going to cross, cut inside. Looks to that golden left boot of his. Takes a cross in as that ball is won by Orange County. Wish that Prosper Cassim would have squared that one up and taken the shot, but instead squared it up and go for a pass that did Divin Wigbo. Not quite working as Legion are going into the 85th minute. Wow, the end of this match is back and forth. This is an incredible match so far. Oh, God, I needed water. My throat started getting so sore in the middle of that. I was like, oh boy, here we go. Huh? Please. As my beautiful fiance has given me a cough drop. What a hero. A Halls, not even a Ricola. You're not even giving me the good stuff. What's up with that? You always have a Ricola on you. When my great grandmother used to eat Halls like candy. I mean, my great grandmother was kind of built different. I'm not gonna lie. Like, she would sit there and say it tastes like candy, and she would sit there and be like, it tastes like candy, and it gives like this cooling effect. So it's like the best version of candy ever. And I was like, no, like, don't eat Halls. Even as a 5-year-old, I was like, you shouldn't just be eating. You should not just be eating these things. And she was like, it's fine. No, it's really not. It's really not fine to eat cough drops as candy. As Trevor Spangenberg with soft hands, as I said earlier. And I really don't know. I don't know if his hands are soft or not. No clue. As that's another. Oh! Wow. Let's hear your battle cry. What's your battle cry? What does mine say?
That also says fire goes into
As Anderson Acidu has the ball up and plays it up and way too far for Enzo Martinez. As I'm trying to read my cough drop. Thank you. Impress yourself today and seize the day.
Are you impressed by yourself?
No, I'm actually quite disappointed.
Trevor knows what he's doing.
What just happened? What?
Spangenberg! 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 Go, Blues! Go, Blues! Go, Blues!
Holy cow. Thank you. As Stephen Namigbo makes way for Moses Mensah, Moses Mensah is likely slotting in at the left back, and Gabriel Alves going up to left wing. So this is really a 1-for-1. As at the top of the box, there's a little bit of chaos. That cross goes in. Anderson Acidu looking to win the ball goes up to Moses Mensah, and it's out on Moses Mensah. Orange County looking to take it fast. Orange County looking to cross the ball in, looking around. And Moses Mensah is going to be looking at a left back, as Gabriel Alves more than likely looking to go into left back or as a central midfielder, looking to get back in the middle of the field as someone's down. Even if it's my own team, I hate time wasting. I think it's so annoying. Like, I understand that soccer doesn't have a stopping clock like other sports, but I hate time wasting. And it's like, this is like the one sport you can really get away with it. It's really annoying. As Orange County wins a free kick in dangerous area. And what's that? Oh, hello. Hello. Indy. Indy. Hi. I thought you were kicking me at first. I was like, what was that? And then I felt the wet nose, and I'm like, never mind, that's on a foot.
Penis.
You're only the second one today. Scott never got his in.
I know, that's why I did it.
As there's 3 minutes of stoppage time, like I said, there would be earlier. Ooh, 3 minutes for Legion to hold on to a West Coast trip and get 3 points against the first time they've ever played against Orange County. Orange County looking to bomb the ball up, looking for Milanovsky. What's wrong with me? Thank you. At the top of the box, and Legion just looked discombobulated a little bit as that ball's at the top of the box once again, and they're looking for a cross into the back post, handled well by Moses Mensah. Moses Mensah out to the top of the box, out to the front, and once again it's handled by Orange County. Orange County looking to recycle possession, probably going to go out to the left. Out to the left now, looking to split the middle up into the cross to the back post. Absolutely nothing doing. Moses Mensah looking to save the corner. The corner saved. And now for a goal kick. Moses Mensah not only saving a scoring opportunity, but likely about 15 seconds from the clock. As we are looking for another change as Grayson DuPont, who cannot play in the Chattanooga match on Wednesday, comes in for Prosper Kasim. Wow. Can't play. He's awful. That'd be one of the rudest things that would ever come out of my mouth. I'm a bit surprised it took as long for Grayson to come in as he can't play against Charlotte. But like I said, it's one of the situations that I hope they take the open guard serious possible. Is that ball at the top of the box? And I don't think their right winger realized how much time he had for a shot there. No clue. Immediately looked for a cross as that ball goes into the top of the box again. Oh, another almost. Wow. Trevor Spangenberg with one of the saves of the season. My word. My word. As we are counting down the clock, as Cody Crawford looks to play the ball out. Legion fans desperately looking for the final whistle to be blown. Orange County not doing much of the ball, and that's the game. Legion have won 2-1 thanks to Enzo Martinez' wonder goal and Trevor Spangenberg with one of the best saves that you're going to see. Legion stay in third place. And a wonderful win by the Three Sparks as Juan Agudelo with his first goal of the season with a really good play by Juan Agudelo. And then Colin Smith, who makes up for his previous mistakes, puts in a really good cross into Enzo Martinez, who puts it away accordingly. See you guys now at the U.S. Open Cup match that's going to be in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, against Chattanooga FC. So excited. Hopefully, we can make it to the 4th round for the first time in Birmingham Legion history. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you all. I need to get on the road. This is late night action. Until next time, guys, keep hammering on.